What's up, guys? I'm Anthony, and welcome to After Band Life. So, guys, I'm going to jump right into this story of why I left work early last night, about 10 or 15 minutes after I got to work. Everyone is in the habit of now, when they get to work, that the first thing they do is look up at the schedule to see if there are any changes in the schedule from Friday when we left work. So I look up at the schedule and I see that they had changed me and moved me from the roll tender position to the stacker position with two other people. My immediate thought was, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to work in a confined area with two other people when we are supposed to be practicing social distance. You have a memo up on the board asking us to stay 6 feet away from one another, and I come in and learn that I'm scheduled to work in the same area as two other people. So I went to the guy that's acting supervisor on third shift, and I told him that I was going back home because I did not want to work in that same area with two other people, and that I was concerned about my safety but with what's going on with the virus and everything. So when I first told him, he said, before I can mention the reason why, he was like, "Oh, what's wrong? Are you not feeling well?" I said, "No, I feel fine. I'm thinking of my safety. You know, you guys have me scheduled in this area with two other people. That's under normal circumstances is one other person. Is one person, you know. Now, the way the stacker is set up is you have a stacker on the left and a stacker on the right, which is more than 6 feet away. That would have been fine. But when you add a third person to the mix, then three becomes a crowd. You know, and the thing that concerned me the most, even if I would have stayed, was I can't control the movement of those other two people. They could be closer to me throughout the night. They can be further from me throughout the night. I can't control their movement. So I did not want to put myself in that situation and take a chance. Because had I stayed, I would have told both of those guys straight up to their faces, don't come near me. Stay on your side unless I absolutely need some help on my side. Stay on your side. And I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to become this little, this person that's mean, so to speak. I just didn't want to be that person, okay? I didn't want to be that person but that's the way it would have came out because there's no polite way of saying it, you know, just stay away from me, you know what I mean? So I came home, and I'm going to tell you guys, the ride home I was a little upset on the ride home because I got to thinking, okay, this is a company that I just now made a video, my walking video, talking about how the steps that they have taken to help keep us safe, you know, giving us gloves, giving us sanitized wipes, and giving us sprays and all this kind of stuff. You know, keeping the doors open with stoppers so that we don't have to touch the doorknobs to enter and exit, all those things. And I come in and I'm scheduled to work in this confined area with two other people. So I got home and of course everything was thrown off now. I stayed up for about another 2.5 hours and I went to sleep, and of course I woke up super early that the supervisor was not in. So I had about an hour and 45 minutes before the supervisor was going to be in. And I'm going to tell y'all, that whole hour and 45 minutes, actually it came up to be about 2 hours plus because I wanted to give him time to settle in before I, call him with this. I kept thinking about how this conversation was going to play out. And of course, it never plays out the way you have it in your head. So it was time to call him. I called him and I said, "Hey, so-and-so, it's Anthony. Do you have a minute to talk?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "I guess you know by now I left work early." He said, "Yes." I said, "I just wanted to give you a call and explain to you why I decided to leave work." And I went on to say to him that, you guys changed the schedule and put me in an area with two other people, and I was concerned about my safety. You guys are supposed to be practicing social distance and asking us to stay 6 feet apart, but I'm scheduled to work in the same area with two other people. Then he went on to say, first it was an awkward pause, like he didn't know how to start off the conversation or start off what he wanted to say. He needed a minute or something to collect his thoughts or something. I don't know. It was just weird. And he started off by saying that, okay, when somebody calls out, we have to adjust the schedule. He said that, you know, I can't predict. He went on to say how he can't predict who will come to work and who will not come to work. You know, he makes the schedule a week, or not a week, but about 3 or 4 days, Wednesday of the prior week ahead of time, but things change and he has to adjust his schedule according to availability and who's best in whatever position. And then I said, okay, I understand that, but I'm curious to know, though, why I was taken out of my position, though, you know? And I almost felt strange saying my position, because I feel like for some of the people there, or that they don't actually have a position, that the supervisor can actually say, well, basically we can put you where we want to put you, yada, yada, yada. But I have been working on that press for the past months now, and I feel like it's the press that I'm going to be working on while I'm working there. So and this is the thing, when I asked him that, why was I moved out of my position, he went on this little mini rant on me about how it was an agreement that, you know, I was to come there, learn the stacker, refamiliarize myself with the stacker, then move up to become an operator. And I mean, he went on about, and you haven't done any of those things yet. You just stay in the back of the press, and you know, that was the agreement for the money that we were going to pay you. And I mean, he just went on. And I thought to myself, okay, first of all, settle down, settle down. And I'm thinking to myself, I know damn well I didn't agree to come here and be an operator, because I have not been an operator for over 10 years. And there's a reason for that. It's because I chose not to be an operator anymore. I no longer wanted to be an operator. So I know damn well I did not agree to come here and be an operator after not being an operator for 10 years. So I don't know where he got that. And I am almost certain that I told both, it may not have been him, it probably was the first interview with the second shift supervisor and the plant manager. I am for certain that I told them that I have no interest in becoming an operator. I came here to be a road tender. So I don't know where he get that crap from. But anyway, after his little mini rant went on, he went on to tell me about, you know, a couple examples of why they had to change the schedule. Like some guy, he said, called in and said that he fell down and broke his leg and he'll be back at work on Wednesday. And he was like, who falls down and break their leg and then comes back to work on Wednesday? He was like, those are the type of things that happen. And then he was like, nonetheless, I had to adjust the schedule. And then I still was thinking in the back of my mind, but why did you move me out of my position? That was it, you know. And I told him I have nothing against learning and familiarizing myself with the stacker. And then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, but not now, because what's going on with this virus? I don't want to be training with nobody. I don't want nobody near me. And that's just it. And I just thought, you know, I understand his side. I do. I understand his side. And then he also was telling me how he is, you know, he's more at risk being at work than I am. And I'm thinking to myself, you're sitting in the office. You can easily put a plexiglass up where people don't have to breathe on you when talking or whatever. I'm out in the opening. And he was saying that, you know, because of his age, he's more. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm out with people. You're in this office. Give me a break, man. And then after all that was said and done, you know, he expressed his side of it and everything, and he told me he understands how I feel. And basically what he said to me was, if I come to work and look up at the schedule and see that if I feel like I'm in a position where my safety is being compromised, to just leave. And then I said, well, I don't want to just be leaving all the time, you know what I'm saying? But I guess I can't ask them to always put me, well, yes I can, since I was being hired to be in that position. I want to be in that position, you know. But at the end of the conversation, it was just, you know, he said that his hands is tied and that, you know, certain things happen. You know, it's not permanent. It could be for that day. He said when he's expecting a full 2 cruise shifts of people and somebody calls in, it's nothing he can do. And you know, he was like asking me what am I to do? I have to, you know, rearrange the schedule and put people where I think they are best suited. And then I was like, okay, I do understand that, and I do understand it. I really do. But that was it. That, you know, nothing gained, nothing lost from the conversation. He just told me to leave if I feel like I'm put in a situation where I feel my safety is compromised. And he said, you know, that change may only be for that night. He said tonight I'm expecting a full 2 cruise, and hopefully everybody will show up for work, and you can be where, you know, the road tender. And I was like, okay. So that's it, guys. I go to work, I look up at the schedule. If I don't like where I'm placed, I can leave. But I'd rather him say, you know, I almost asked him, I'm serious, I almost asked him, can I just take a layoff and get unemployment? I did. I almost asked him that. Because technically speaking, they don't have enough work for the number of people that they have on the show. You know, we have been moving from press to press for about 2 or 3 weeks now. You know, oh, this press don't have enough work to run, you know, 24/7. Let's put this night crew on this press tonight. Then we come in the next day. Oh, we're on a different press. We're hopping around from press to press wherever the work is, and you never know where you're going to end up. And that's the moral of the story for me, is I have to accept the fact that I may not always be able to work in my position. I don't know why, but I can't do anything about it. But I also cannot keep on leaving work. So guys, that's what happened to me last night. I feel better at the time that I am filming this video for you guys, that, you know, I have to understand and look at things from both my perspective as well as the company's perspective as a business. So that's all I have for you guys today. But before I leave, guys, don't forget to check out my candles, my website. You might can't hear me with covering my mouth. My website. I have some amazing candles. They smell great. And once again, as always, thank you guys for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys the next time.